Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be starting a Let's Play of Final Fantasy III. This is the 3D remake version, specifically the PSP version. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't want the opening movie to play because I think I might get hit with a copyright. But anyways, let's go ahead and start a new game. This is going to be a lot of fun. Very nostalgic game. I've already made the tier list on the jobs. If you haven't checked out that video, you should check it out. It's pretty nice. And yeah, without further ado, here's Final Fantasy III. Now, absolutely love this game. And we have our main character falling out of a hole. Not sure if I'm gonna be commentating on the dialogue, but let's go ahead and keep the name set to default. So yeah, we seem to be in a cave. And unfortunately, we're stuck with the freelancer job for now, but oh well. Let's see. We're just gonna auto-battle through these fights. I think the game audio might be a little too loud. Let's see. Yeah, I think the game audio is a bit too loud. Hopefully it's not overbearing for you guys. So yeah, I got ambushed by 3 goblins, but there were no threat. Yeah, I'm hoping because the game audio gets very loud when you get into battles, but I'm hoping that that's still a balance. I'll definitely look into that at the end of this video. Alright, so config, always want to configure your games to your liking. Text speed, fast, cursor, memorize. I always have this when I'm playing these Final Fantasy games. RPGs in general. And default move, run. If you want to change the music and sound. And you can actually play this game with the original music, look at that. Which is pretty nice. The NES. The tracks tend to loop fairly often, but it's pretty cool playing with the original music. So leather shield and a potion. And look at that, protects against some status. And increases our defense by 2, which is pretty nice. Now, unless you're planning on attacking with 2 weapons with a very physical job, shields are actually pretty awesome. Yeah, this is telling you to zoom in. But we got an encounter. One thing I love about this PSP version is the auto battle. The original DS version did not have that, which is unfortunate. Yeah, this game has the zoom in mechanism so that you see a sparkle and you can unlock stuff, but I know where all those are at, so no need to do that. Long sword, nice. Now this is already better than the dagger. Increase our attack by 2. And yeah, there's a few good stuff to pick up. Antarctic Wind. You definitely want to save those. You don't necessarily want to use that on the boss because this upcoming boss. You can get that to do a lot of damage on some later bosses. And some new enemies here. And as you can see where it says 1 hit, the higher your job level, the more hits you can get. And that caps off at 32 hits. Luna's job level is increased. Once you take 5 actions, you get a job level increase, and the higher your job level, the more proficient they are at the job, so they're going to be better. In fact, a lot of your strength comes from how high your job level is. This sucks. One thing that sucks about this is that you get back attacked a lot in this game. But as you can see, I took 0 damage from that, Okay, let's take off auto battle. Because doing that much damage, we're not going to kill anything, so go ahead and put him in the front. You want to be careful with the auto battle. It's pretty damn fast, so you want to end up wasting a turn. So yeah, I ran through this game several times, and I'm going to try to be as informative as possible. basically show you everything I know about the game. Look at that, another job level. I don't care about the freelancer job though, but the moment we change jobs, definitely gonna be trying to get as high as get my jobs as high level as possible. And here we have a wellspring where you can heal your hit points. We also just picked up another Antarctic wind, which is amazing. Man, you get that to a scholar, trust me, you're gonna do insane damage. Alright, so a new enemy. Probably should attack this guy. Yeah, I should attack the other guy first. This guy, unless you're using two weapons, you can't kill him in one hit. Now you could put on the sword and dagger, so you can attack with two weapons, and you'll definitely one-shot everything. Just leveled up, so I want to restore my HP. Let's see, we're at 32, now we're at 39. Yeah, you can actually dual equip weapons in this game. Let's see. But the knife actually doesn't make that much of a difference. It says +8, but your defense goes down by quite a bit. Every point in this game makes a big difference, and we're still alone, so I'd rather just keep the shield on. You still do good damage with one sword. You can pretty much one-shot everything except for that blue wisp enemy. But yeah, 12 gil, 5 experience. Unfortunately, it takes a long time to level up in this game. And we're just getting encounter after encounter. But once you get auto battle, it's not that bad. And look at that, you one-shotted that blue wisp. But I did forget that we leveled up. Also leveled up our job level a few times. And yeah, let's go ahead and proceed to the next room. Music changes. In fact, anytime you hear this music, just know that you're gonna fight a boss. We'll be fine. This boss is not tough. Yeah, just throw a potion whenever you need it. If you're attacking with a sword and shield, you'll be able to reduce the damage by quite a bit. I think I have auto battle on. Whoops. Alright, so I think he has about... Wow, that's a horrible way to start off. This guy hit with a crit. I think he has around 110, 120 HP, somewhere around there. So I'm just gonna keep withering away and use a potion when necessary. Now this guy can hit you with a critical, so keep that in mind and try to heal early. Just go ahead and use a potion right now. You could throw an Antarctic wind and do like 40 damage, but trust me, you're better off saving that. That thing will do a lot more damage if you do it later on. Okay, 2 criticals. Seems I'm getting a bit unlucky. Should still be able to finish him before... Yeah, look at that. Now you'll know that the fight is over because as you saw, Luna did a little dance. That's to show that you see Luna gained a level, nice, and job level. When he does that little dance, that means that you're doing the final hit, and then the screen will flash white. So yeah, first boss out of the way. Trust me, the bosses further on will be a lot harder. But that was just an introductory boss. And pretty cliche, but you know, we're the chosen ones. Hopefully I'm not getting hit with a copyright, because there's quite a few songs I think that can get your video hit with a copyright. It says, this crystal talking to me. So yeah, Crystal's basically telling you that you're the chosen ones and stuff. So yeah, this is the Wind Crystal, and we're gonna come back here later with other characters. And the Wind Crystal gives you access to your first 6 jobs, so that's when the game really starts and it gets a lot more fun. Right now we're left with this sucky freelancer job. Alright, back on the surface. Alright, cool. So now we're on the world map. And this song that plays, Eternal Wind, is absolutely amazing. Create a new save data. Alright, first order of business is we're actually gonna go back inside the cave because there's some good stuff to pick up. So yeah, going down here. And I think now it's possible to fight like 3 enemies at once. But these enemies aren't tough. Look at that, another longsword. Yeah, speaking of 3 enemies at a time. But look at that, we can do pretty good damage to them. Hopefully I can one-shot that blue wisp. In fact, one cool thing about this game is that you can actually change your equipment in battle, so... See, 2 longswords, 2 hits, and that's that dance I was talking about. You know, you'll kill an enemy. That's very useful for bosses too, so... Lunif Jalo was increased. Awesome. Alright, let's see. Bronze bracers, we're gonna put that on. And sleep spell. The freelancer can I forgot what it is. Level, I don't remember what access magic they have, but all the early magics you can use. That bronze bracers is actually an arms, so look at that, increase our defense by 1. We'll be buying some armor fairly soon. Another longsword, look at that. And bronze knuckles, which I don't know, mix matching these weapons is kinda odd, but this does have higher attack power than a longsword. Now as you notice, the freelancer can equip pretty much everything. Once you switch jobs, they're more tailored, but yeah, pretty cool that they can pretty much put everything on, but I'm gonna be missing quite a bit, I think. Funny how you got both hits in with the knuckles right there. Alright. Yeah, definitely have to check the audio on this because the audio seems pretty low. Or not low, but like, it's a pretty good volume until you get into a battle and it's pretty loud. So this first episode might be pretty loud, but we'll see. For further videos, I'll try to get more of a balance. I can't remember if... I think there was chests to the right, I don't know. We'll have to end up coming there later for the Onion Knight job, so... I'll worry about those later. So yeah, going into this first village. We want to talk to this guy. Oh, we gotta do this first and then we'll come back and talk to him. So the elders are looking for Lunif. The chosen one. Yeah, I think for dialogue, I'm just gonna let the viewers read and so yeah, these are pretty nice. You can restore your HP and MP, and then this one I don't remember. This one either cures your status elements or it brings fallen members, KO party members back to life. Alright, now that you talk to him, you can actually this is kind of like a little tutorial right here. Give him a potion. And for that, he'll give you Phoenix Down, which is very, very much worth it. The Phoenix Downs cannot be bought in this game, so they're pretty rare. So definitely want to save your Phoenix Downs and only use them if you have to. You can use those well springs to heal your hit points. Or revive your fallen party members. See, 3 potions. You are going to want to use the Phoenix Down though if you're in the middle of a dungeon. Alright, so 3 potions. The inn, I think you could buy items there too, but I'm going to wait on that. Here we have a weapon. armor and magic shop, but let's come up here first. And you can get into encounters up here. 2 goblins, nothing to worry about. These guys suck, and they get very little experience, so... But don't worry, we'll be getting some pretty good experience very soon. Much tougher monsters. Now, I've seen other Let's Plays where they get hit with a bunch of copyrights with that battle music, so that's gonna suck, but oh well. Well, I think it's just, it won't let you monetize your videos, but hopefully it's not like a strike on your channel. See, antidote, and another sparkle right here. I think if you talk to that NPC, he'll tell you about those sparkles, but yeah, we've played this game several times, we know. Let's see. Or I have, at least. Alright, a lot of chests here. Cure, awesome. Eye drops. That cures blind. Another longsword. A dagger, which is a bit weaker than a longsword, but stronger than a knife. And look at that, a phoenix down. Cure, sleep. And then we end up getting another cure too, pretty soon, so that's already 2 cure spells. Alright, let's see. Before I go shopping, I don't want to forget, you want to come up here, because you need to do this to progress the story. And look at that. Unfortunately, Ark is getting bullied. This is another one of our characters. Yeah, they definitely seem scared of Luna. So Ark does get a little character development. This game isn't really known for its story. In fact, it's very bare bones. But let's see. Now, a lot of this stuff I'm not gonna buy because we're gonna keep. See, like there's 4. I got 4 long swords. I have. Wait. No, I do not have 4. I have 3. One of them is just equipped. 3 long swords, a bronze knuckles. I'm gonna pick up another bronze knuckles, so that's 5 weapons. I'm gonna give somebody a bow and wooden arrow that I pick up, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pick up another long sword or white slayer. So absolutely no reason to buy these for now, because we're gonna end up picking them up eventually. The armor shop I am gonna want to come to, because look at that, I can buy leather armor, which increases your defense by 3, which what I have right now to the right is only boosting it by 1. I might come back for another leather shield or 2. Leather cap, and then our characters are not gonna come with these bronze bracers, so I'm gonna buy 3 of them, so I can give 1 to each character. But yeah, definitely want to be upgrading your equipment constantly, making sure that your equipment is optimal, otherwise bosses are gonna absolutely destroy you. So yeah, defense 5 with 2 weapons, or you can just give him a leather shield, and he'll be even more tanky. Oh man, I can't wait to get access to those wind crystal jobs, because not the biggest fan of the freelancer. Poisiana I'm gonna go ahead and buy. I don't remember if you could pick that up. Yeah, if you saw my tier list ranking, the freelancer job was pretty low. I think I had him on the D tier. It's unfortunate because the freelancer is amazing in Final Fantasy V, but how the ability system works in this game, it's nowhere near on that same level. But yeah, I got everything that we needed on that town, so let's go to Kazus, however you pronounce that, and hey, look, we got our buddy Ark. This game has an underrated soundtrack. I love it. Alright, awesome. Now we're not strolling through these woods alone. Alright, look at that. So 2 characters now. I'm gonna give him 2 long swords. And yeah, this is why I bought several bronze bracers, because they don't come with these. Again, you want to be making sure your equipment is optimal. This game is notorious for being known as one of the hardest video games in the series. In fact, I'll say this is probably like top 3. Only video games I could think of that are harder than this are maybe Final Fantasy V. Although I don't know. I think this game might be a little harder than 5. And odd, everybody here is looks like a rubber band. And we got Sid. Yeah, I say so. We should definitely help these people. Take off this curse so that they because that sucks being a rubber band. Airships hidden in the desert west of here. Now this game doesn't give you the best directions. In fact, it pretty much never tells you. You gotta talk to that one NPC to progress the story. And we'll be going through here later. If I try to go right now, I'll probably get creamed. Let's see. And everybody here is a rubber band, so you can't access the shops just yet. But he said there's a ship to this desert to the west of us. So let's see. This is that daughter, I'm assuming, that he was talking about. And Rafia. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that, but forge the parts for this. Oh. Sorry if I'm skipping through the dialogue too quickly. And just like that, we have another character joining with us. Alright, so our party is filling up very quickly. Probably gonna give her the bow. Just equip the longsword and dagger for now. All aboard. This game has an awesome airship theme. Alright, so not much you can explore right now. We'll worry about this later. And I'm gonna do this dungeon on the next episode, but I'm gonna do all of this castle stuff right now. Alright, so Castle Sasune, if that's how you pronounce it. You guys can let me know in the comment section if I'm skipping through this dialogue too quickly. I just read it in my mind and then just keep moving forward. Alright, so quite a few stuff to pick up here. You can rest here, which is awesome, for free. Yeah, this game is notorious for being known as one of the harder Final Fantasy games. This game does not hold your hand, and bosses do insane damage, but I'm gonna pretty much be showing you pretty good strategies for all the bosses and how to get through this game at a pretty decent level. Alright, got ourselves a Phoenix down. Wanna come down here. What do we have here? 1,000 gil, awesome. And another 1,000 gil, which as you can see, we definitely need. And you want to come up here. There was nothing further south but like a wellspring, so not one that you could heal from, but yeah, a lot of look at that leather shield and blizzard spell, awesome. So you can see the cracks at the top. When you see stuff like that, you can actually go through walls. And right here we got another bronze knuckles. We go ahead and just might as well give him both of these. Higher attack power and give you the longsword. Now I don't plan on using a monk, but those will do for now. Again, the monk is a pretty good job. I did put it like in the A tier. It's just because I know a lot of people like using them. You can do pretty good damage, but not one of my favorites. Just too fragile in the beginning of the game. Alright. Look at that, even the king is set to a rubber band. That's that cave that I hovered over. That's gonna be our next story destination. But we'll be doing that on the next episode. And Ingus, our final party member. Alright, now that we have a full party, we can actually do a bit more exploring. We can actually take on stronger mobs of enemies. A secret passageway in a sealed cave. Search for the skeleton key. So he's actually telling you. Most of the time they don't tell you stuff like that, but Alright, so I'm gonna be changing this later, but just put that on for now. Now there's actually 2 towers to your left and right of this castle. You want to go right first because there's no encounters there. And there's a few chests to pick up. Yeah, I believe there's a bow and arrow if you go to the right. If you go to the left, you're gonna fight monsters, but there's some pretty good chests in there as well. Alright, so here in the east tower. No encounters here. Alright, where... Okay, here we go. Holy arrow and wooden arrow. The holy arrow does pretty good damage if you're using it inside of that cave, which I will be. See a potion. Oh, another wooden arrow. And a bow. Now I think those arrows come in increments of 20. Okay, so bow. Yeah, they come in increments of 20, and I picked up 2 of these, so 40. The arrows are counted in this game, so you can actually run out of arrows, unfortunately. But 6, 8, these do light damage. I'm actually gonna... I'll be fine with wooden arrows now. I'll save the holy for the dungeon. And then I'm gonna give you 2 longswords. The other tower actually has a stronger sword, which we'll be putting that on Ingus. And I completely forgot, Let's see. Give you the Blizzard spell, I guess. Give you the Poisiana spell. So yeah, because when you're in that other tower, the enemies are gonna be hitting pretty hard. Blizzard is pretty nice. Can target all enemies. So yeah, no encounters in that side, so you definitely want to go there first. Let's see. I'm just curious how much I'm gonna get trolled in this Let's Play, because the bosses. If you try to beat the bosses at the levels that I'm gonna be trying, you're gonna be in for a rough time. Let me see. Well, not a rough time. I can get to the bosses. It's just trying to get through without getting killed. I'm just gonna have everybody attack. I kind of want to see what damage we're doing. Should be able to kill them in one turn. Yep. 10 damage. Oh, Arc, you're missing too much. Awesome. I was able to get that in 2 turns. Lunif gains a level. Now don't worry if it takes longer. Because the more turns you take, you'll end up leveling up your job, so leveled up with Lunif. Yeah, this game will definitely troll you. This is like Final Fantasy V, where the bosses are just ridiculous. Yeah, we're just gonna auto attack. Alright, pretty good damage. As you can see, Lunif is already doing more with his job level increase. These guys have like 50 HP, I think. Alright, awesome. Let's see, 50 experience, 44 gil. Nice. And don't be afraid to use your magic, because we have that bed that we can rest in and heal our HP and MP for free. Alright, so here we have wooden arrow, holy arrow, another encounter. This game does have a high encounter, and this is a back attack from 3 enemies is not good. But I have all my characters in the front row, so when I get hit with a back attack, they're in the back row. We're gonna be doing very little damage, so I could change my party members, but put them in the front row. But I'm just gonna use my Blizzard spell. And we're doing so little damage that it's not even making much of a difference. Look at that. Yeah, Black Magic. I did say in my tier list that Black Magic is pretty sucky later on in the game, but in the beginning of the game, it's pretty valuable. Alright. Now, again, I don't care too much about these freelancer jobs, but this is a very good experience. Later on, I'm gonna, like, in order for you to get the job points to level up your job, you actually have to take a turn. As you saw, Lunif and Arc finished the job, but Rafie and English didn't take a turn, so they didn't get any job points. So you want to kind of optimize your turns so that... Okay, this encounter rate is ridiculous. That is one of the problems with these old school Final Fantasy games. Alright, and as you can see, just upgrading your job level 1 or 2 makes a big difference, so we're already starting to get pretty proficient. No longer takes 4 characters to kill 1 enemy. I guess I'll use this fight right here to demonstrate what I mean by to make sure we're at full HP. I'm gonna throw Angus in the back row since he's gonna be spamming Blizzard. Yeah, this game is pretty tactical, but again, you can get through this pretty easily as long as you're careful, have optimal equipment, and your strategy is good. So a White Slayer, that's a pretty good sword, but we gotta get through this Griffin first. So I'm gonna attack with everybody, and I'm gonna do Blizzard with you. I think this guy has like 200 or 300 HP, and he didn't do fire, which is pretty nice. Okay, we could just auto battle. Oh wow. Yeah, not as tough as I remember. If you're prepared for him, you can kill him pretty easily. He does have fire, which can do like 20. I think if it hits a single person, it could probably do like 30 damage, but Okay, where are you? White Slayer, attack 15. Awesome. Let's go ahead and throw that on Ingus. Put you back in the front row. Already ran out of magic with you, so we're going to swap. Go back and heal. Alright, so let's go ahead and get out of this tower. And before I go to that dungeon, I'm actually gonna stop at a shop and buy a few items. Stuff like antidotes and eye drops, because that cave, they like to get you with status effects. Okay, I think I can separate the two. You kill you. I completely forgot to demonstrate what I was talking about earlier, but yeah, you basically want to make sure that all your characters are getting turned. So nice, Ingus gained a level. If you know you're gonna kill an enemy with like 2 characters, just have the other 2 defend. But I don't really care about the freelancer job, so I'm not even gonna bother with that. The moment you go through this dungeon, you get access to the wind crystal job. So let's see. I should probably try not to spoil the game. Oh, what am I doing? Go back into the castle. Let's go ahead and heal our hit points. Now, in terms of the length of these videos, I'm probably gonna make them anywhere from like 30 minutes to an hour. They're probably gonna be 30 to 45 minutes actually, but if I want to do like a very long dungeon, it probably would be like an hour. The reason why is I can upload longer videos. The 10-15 minute videos are gonna be too short. I don't know. Can't really get much progress done in RPG. So might as well take advantage of the fact that I can upload longer videos. I don't know if you guys remember like OG YouTube, but I think you had to have hit like a certain milestone to be able to upload longer videos, which I'm glad they changed that. Starting this new YouTube channel. I'm not restricted to 10 minutes. Alright, let's not there because can't buy anything there right now. Let's go back to I completely skipped over the shop earlier. But I didn't really have much gil, but now I do. Now when you buy items in this game, if you buy like, I think it's more than 10 or something, you get a discount. Let's see, or more than 3, so it should be 160, but you start getting a discount, which is pretty nice. Alright, I love having these in my inventory because I do not want to run into an enemy and not be able to cure these status effects. Unfortunately, antidote is a lot more expensive. Now you do have the Poisiana spell, so you don't really have to buy these antidotes, but I still like having them. I don't really play with the white mage a lot, so for this playthrough I will, but that should be fine for now. Try to save the rest of my gil. Oh, this playthrough I probably will be using a white mage. I don't know about like the later end of the game, but oh yeah, that should be everything. So yeah, this is gonna wrap up this first playthrough, or first part of the Let's Play. It was a lot of fun, and trust me, it only gets better from here, so yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna end this part right here. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and on the next episode, we will be taking on the dungeon. So yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next part. Have a good one.